How long is it going to take? How long until my manifestation gets here? How long until I get that pay raise? How long until I enjoy that type of a relationship? AKA, how much longer do I have to suffer and do this inner work and go through this turmoil, take the time to go within, to change my vibes, so I can get a different result in my reality? How long is that going to take? How long do I have to suffer? Number one, guys, if you are in that mindset, you are in the wrong mindset. It's never going to come in. It's about switching it instead of how many more inner children do I need to integrate, but how much more am I going to have to do? One, you have a belief system that you have to suffer before it can get good, aka you're not going to get instant manifestations. So you got to rewrite that belief system. A belief system, it goes thoughts. You think a thought long enough, it becomes a belief system, a default expectation that you have of the world. That's just how it works. I can't ask for that. I can ask for that. Some people can start a business and they start out making $100,000 a year. They probably came from parents who were business people, who they grew up watching people run their own business and money coming in. So when they start their own, they have a natural default higher starting level for the success that they expect than someone who came from a blue collar family who never knew how to start their own business, who were hourly workers. They might be in a state of, well, who would pay me? Would someone pay me? Okay. So you have to rewrite that belief system, number one. Number two, you got to stop viewing the vibe work as vibe work. Because then you're focused on the power of it, the power of manifesting, instead of the pleasure of it. You're putting yourself in the situation of you're here, you want to be here, the journey of getting ready to be getting ready to be getting ready to be getting ready, right? Like a doctor doesn't become a doctor overnight. A doctor doesn't think good thoughts for a month and become a doctor. A doctor has to go to undergrad, has to do prerequisites, more testing, get into medical school, apply for internships, and there's years of residency, right? The doctor, there's a journey. You have a journey to get to where you want to be, and the more that you view it as, all of this is yuck and crap and sacrifice, and why do I have to do this inner work? How long is it going to take? You're making this journey an unfun journey, right? When a child's learning how to walk, they're not, hey, I want to walk. Damn, I can't walk, and beating themselves up. They're sitting in their little crib looking around going, how are those other humans walking? I have to wait for them to bring me something. Well, what if I could do that? No one teaches a baby how to walk. A baby learns how to walk by observation and going, I want that too. So it starts looking at its hands. It starts looking at its feet, kicking it. It starts doing back time. It starts doing belly time. It starts just building and strengthening the muscles. And the whole time, it's not, I can't walk, I suck, I'm miserable, I'm horrible. It's, hey, look at what my hand does. Okay? So all that is that's a mother wound, guys. It's a mother wound. And the perfectionism. So you probably maybe had enmeshment trauma. No matter what, you're probably parentified and had a parent you had to take care of. It could also be if you had an emotionally just negligent parent, or just an emotionally unavailable parent, just a parent who couldn't be there for you emotionally. It puts pressure on you to be perfect. You have to do some responsibilities as a little kid that an adult has to do. So you have to recognize that perfectionism, how long is it going to take? It's just an old wound, old coping mechanism, old way of doing it. Are you willing to learn a new way to do it? And that is in recognizing that it's not in the power of it. You're no longer proving that you're worthy of it. You're no longer proving that you're good enough. You're no longer proving that you're worthy of willing to do the work to get it. You're for the pleasure of it. I'm here and I want to be here. I've got a journey ahead of me. I'm going on this journey for the pleasure of it. I'm going on this journey for the self-discovery of it. I'm going on this journey requesting more money because I want to see what does it feel like to grow into a person who can receive larger amounts of money, who can hold on to larger amounts of money, who can spend larger amounts of money, who can present themselves differently, who can learn new skills to be willing to charge more. You're going on a self-discovery journey of discovering an entirely new you. So let go of the mother wound response of, why am I not good enough? Why is it not coming in now? And just, I'm a child and I'm learning something new. You might be learning how to do your own taxes. You might be learning how to negotiate a pay raise. You might be learning how to charge more for your current business. You might be learning how to negotiate in your current relationship with a lover. If you dread that journey, how long is it going to take? It's a no-go. If you are, right, let's go back to the doctor analogy. When they get into medical school, that's highly competitive, right? You would be celebrating with your friend. Oh my God, you got into medical school. And you would probably want them to celebrate too. And you guys celebrate and have a good time. You took a step. You're enjoying the journey, right? You don't want to call your friend and go, oh my God, congratulations. Oh, you got into the best one too. And if their response is, well, I'm not a doctor yet, right? Doesn't that take away some of the fun for you too? You were calling to celebrate with your friend. In your ideal situation, you would want them to go, wow, yeah, thanks for celebrating with me. Woohoo, I got into the school I wanted. Oh my God, 4 years, I'll have medical school done. I wonder what school what residency I'll get matched to, right? You want to live in that eager anticipation, curiosity. How do I get that in? What's coming up next for me? What do I next need to learn, right? Because all it is what happens, the journey of getting ready, right? You've done some of the work and now you're just recognizing like, wait, I had to learn a lot. When you're learning something new and you're having a trauma response to it, right? It does feel like I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to do this. Why can't I just feel good enough for it to come in now? Because I know how it works. If I just felt worthy, I would have it. You have to recognize that along this journey, you're changing your response to situations. If you are freezing, if you are dreading doing something, and freezing meaning you're not posting your post, you're not making your video, you're not sending that email, you're not making your resume, you're not making the phone call you need to be making. That's a freeze response. Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. When there's danger, perceived danger, you have 4 common responses to it. There's fight or flight. Those are arguably healthier because once you go through it, you process all of your emotions at once. You still have a little bit of recovering afterwards, but you process all your emotions. When you freeze or fawn, fight, flight, freeze, fawn, freeze or fawn, it's a trauma response to danger. So when you freeze, right, you're literally frozen because you got so overwhelmed with your emotions that you're not taking action. So you're sitting there like, I don't know why I don't feel inspired to post this program. Instead of, but when will it come in? How much more inner work do I need to do? It needs to be, oh, interesting. I'm having a freeze response, which means I perceive taking this action as danger. So where I'm at on the emotional guidance list is I'm at vibration number 22, the lowest one right now, of fear. And I get it. I think that taking this step is somehow going to jeopardize my safety. So of course I don't want to take that step, right? You don't want to walk on hot coal. You don't want to walk on swords. You don't want to walk across a bridge that you think is going to fall. You're not going to cross the bridge. If you think that by getting more clients, you're in danger. So if you're having, I'm not good enough come up, what if I'm not good enough to help them, coach them? Instead of just having your freeze response and maybe you're going and binge eating or maybe you're just freezing and not doing anything, just go, hey, I get it. I want more clients because I want to serve them, I want to help them, and I want to pay my bills. But there's a part of me that's like afraid of getting more clients because like, what if they come to me and I can't help them, right? So now you took a step on your journey that's more focused on the pleasure of it than the power of it. And you took a step of, okay, well, now I'm discovering how I can look forward to viewing clients and how I can view myself as being a powerful source of support for my clients and releasing the pressure of being their end all be all. I'm curious how that's going to happen. I eagerly await that personal transformation so that I can show up to client calls knowing I'm giving them my best, doing my all. Eager anticipation, you're going to get the next step too. Okay, I've learned that. Now what? Now what? So it's just recognizing when you're having a trauma response, a fight, a freeze or fawn response. Recognize it that it's, I've been triggered, I'm feeling unsafe. What about this feels unsafe to me? Because you have to, law of attraction, you have to identify your starting point. Google Maps, you have to put in an end destination and a starting point. If you don't put a starting point in, I want more clients, I want more clients. God, how much more inner work do I have to do? Like, what more do I have to do? You haven't entered your starting point. That's why you're frustrated. That's why you're stuck. Google Maps, you're going like this. It's got to be, I want more clients, and right now I'm actually afraid of if I get too many at once. And then you address that. Okay, if I'm afraid of getting too many at once, okay, maybe in my scheduling system, I'll put in parameters that I can't take more than 2 calls a day. I also am going to give myself permission to grow, change, and adapt as a human being, and that in the future, I may want less clients, I may want more. I give myself permission to be adaptable. Now you've taken a step. Universe, I want to feel better. You're manifesting for the pleasure of it. You think that in the having of it, you're going to feel better. So how can you right here, right now, make yourself feel better? Because all it is you're feeling a little afraid. You need to self-soothe. You need to self-comfort. Another exercise I could give you. It's a wonderful exercise. I call it the Divine Mother, Divine Father, Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine. You have to come to terms with where you're at. I want more clients and I'm afraid of putting up content. I want a pay raise and I'm afraid of what they're going to want out of me for that extra money. I'm afraid of getting 3 months from now, 3 years from now, it being held over my head. I paid you really well. You better do this. Right? Because now you're at least, here's what I want. Here's where I am. Now you're on the journey. Versus, why can't I apply for that job? How long is this going to take? I've been thinking good thoughts all day, right? You didn't enter your starting point. Once you get your starting point, then it's, what would, if an ideal divine feminine mother, what would I want her to do right now? Most of the time when it's a feminine energy, you want softness, you want kindness, you want words of encouragement, you want a hug, you want self-soothing. You would want a mom to come and go, oh, honey, come here. Just look, you're a little, the rubbing your back, you're a little wound up. Let's take a break. Let's enjoy a picnic, some scenery. Come back in. I'll sit next to you as you fill out your application. Right? Guys, here's a good one for you. When I applied to college, I got into UC Berkeley, the #1 public university in the entire world. At the time I went, it was ranked #4 with all the Ivy Leagues and Oxford international schools too. My application only got submitted because I was on a phone call with a friend. He actually called me and said, did you submit your application? I went, no. He's like, I haven't either. He's like, should we just do it together? I went, yeah. He's like, well, we've got 2 hours before the deadline. So for the first hour, can we focus on mine? Or I might have done me first. I don't remember anymore. Let's focus on you. Let's answer your questions. Let's just get it done, and then we'll switch to the other person. We got our application submitted 2 minutes before the deadline. There's nothing wrong with help. That's another mother wound when you can't ask for help, right? Because your thoughts create your belief system creates reality. If you grew up in an environment where you had to take care of mom or mom's just going to be there for you, you grew momentum of, I can't ask for help, right? I can't ask for help. You're just unwinding that belief system. You're now allowing yourself to recognize help is normal. Help is okay. I love contributing to people's lives, so people love contributing to my life. I'm just now allowing myself to experience life in a whole new way, and one where I'm more kind and loving to myself. Okay, so you write the Divine Mother. You want words of encouragement. You want words of love, like, I'm smart. I know I've got this. Right now I may feel hopeless, but I know there's a solution to this. I know right now I just need to let my emotions process. I came down for the human level experience. I'm having a human level experience. My emotions will pass. I know I'll feel better in a day or two to keep going and doing this, right? So it's comforting, soothing, words of encouragement. Masculine energy tends to do a little bit more like protection, safety, security, planning, looking ahead, right? So if you're afraid, you want more clients, but you're afraid of being made fun of for the content you're putting up. Okay, well, I would want my father to screen emails before I read them. Say, you can ask a friend, hey, can you read emails and just any really mean ones, just delete them, right? You have to become aware of what do you need, and then how can you now provide that for yourself? Because that's the real journey that you're on if you're watching this video and you're this far in it. You're on that self-empowerment journey. I want you to reframe that to, I'm on the self-love journey. How can I be okay with where I'm at? How can I be okay that I want this desire? How can I be okay that all of this is just for the sake of me feeling better, the pleasure of it? I just want to have more fun. I just want to enjoy life more. And I now want to eagerly anticipate this journey, right, guys? Because there's some things that genuinely take time to develop. If you have no thoughts blocking it, law of attraction, it comes in instantaneously. All it is you've had a couple of experiences where it's coming instantaneously, so now you're expecting all of them to come in, and now that this one's not coming in, okay? But if you have built up momentum, things don't work out for me, I had to fend for myself, why can't I just call and hire a therapist? Because you have all these thoughts that are blocking you from being able to do it right away. So can you be okay with, this is where I'm at, this is where I want to be? How do I eagerly look forward to disentangling thoughts that aren't helpful, adding in thoughts that are helpful? It's going to be really fun when I'm there. Can you, as a baby, like, pulls up and giggles and like, oh my God, I'm like standing, I'm holding a table, and they fall back, right? They're like giggling and laughing the whole time. And I'm telling you to giggle and laugh, but can you recognize that sometimes when you make that first video and just get it out there, that's a huge step that you should be celebrating. It's like you'd want your mom going, oh my God, good job, baby, you stood up. Oh, you fell, here, let me hug you, right? Recognize that. It's not how long will it take. It's so this is what I'm manifesting in next. This is the fun. Finding the house, decorating the house. That's where you drive the most enjoyment. Once you have the house already bought, already completely finished, then you just wake up and, yeah, wow, I built a beautiful house. This is a beautiful house. Okay, what's next? I'm going to work on my garden. I'm going to buy another house. I'm going to buy a shed. I'm going to buy my first rental property. There's just a little bit of a crossed wires of thinking that this is where all the fun is. So I've got to muscle through it to get there. The creation is the fun part. The journey is the fun part. Once you let go of all the mother wound and everything I mentioned earlier in the video. All right, guys. So give this a thumbs up. Give it a heart. Send me an email, kelly@kellylunt.com, if you need more support in something like this as you're going on your manifestation journey or your personal growth journey. Give me a comment below the video. Let me know how this hit home for you or didn't hit home. No matter what, I wish you well on your journey. Start eagerly anticipating it, being okay, loving the new skill that you're building. Because even though this new skill right now is taking deliberate effort on your part, once it's developed, it's going to be like no big deal. And you're going to look back and you're going to go, I struggled with that. Enjoy that you are building this muscle now, because it is going to be a ripples effect for your lifetime and enjoyment in the future. All right, love you guys. Bye.